What's up? What's up? Set this phone up right fast. Back on the road. Black Men Ain't Shit the podcast. So, as usual, beginning off, to start it off, like, share, and subscribe and all that. And we're going to get into it. Black Men Ain't Shit the podcast. I was in a couple of chat rooms today. Y'all might have saw me in there. I got a couple of new subscribers, I think, off the chat rooms. I'll try to be in the chat room more often. You know, I'll post up a couple of little things, but for the most part, I don't really be saying a whole lot. But thank you for for subscribing. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, and for the views that you guys gave me. You know, so yeah, I was listening to a lot of content today. You know, I normally just listen to stuff while I'm on my way to my stop where I need to go, and while I'm driving out on my way to the stop. And one video I saw from Rusty Balls, I saw his response to Amir Brown, Great Liberators video. Should black men be more like white men, or something like that? You know, this was his response to Cynthia G's little deal when she put up, when she was talking about black men trying to emulate white male masculinity and all that. And he was running it down. He was just saying, a whole lot of stuff. He was running it down so fast. I gotta listen to it again, really, to catch all the points that he was making. But what I realized was that while he was making his points, right, it was almost like a what the fuck kind of moment he was having about the actual topic. The actual topic was, was really kind of perplexing him, because it was like, well, what do you black women want us to be? What is it that you're trying to get us to do? Do you want us to be leaders? Do you want us to be, dominant? What is y'all really want us to do? Because one minute y'all telling us y'all want us to be leaders, y'all want us to be dominant, and the next minute y'all throwing white men masculinity in our face, saying y'all not damn dominant and masculine as the white man. And and it was perplexing him. He was like, well, what the fuck? What do y'all want? It was like he had that sentiment. I remember Anger Man had a sentiment, kind of something similar to that. He was saying something along the lines of, just really asking the same questions of black women. Like, what is it that y'all trying to get us to do? Because one minute y'all telling us about how cold the white man is, and the next minute y'all telling us we not, masculine enough, and constantly trying to tell us about what it is that, a man should do, and how, how man, y'all, women trying to tell men how manhood works, right? Sidebar, I got into an argument with my lady one day, and she tried to kick that shit. Well, a real man would do such and such and so, and I stopped her right there. I said, don't try to tell me what no goddamn man would do, because you ain't no man. She shut up. She couldn't say nothing. know? But they were perplexed about this. And was kind of wondering, like, why is it that, you know, that was the big question mark left in the whole equation. Like, why is it that these women is acting like this? Right? And the whole time I'm listening to the video, I'm like, man, I wish you would tune into my channel one day and check out my last video about black women being racist against black men. Because I'm telling you, it's that one piece in the puzzle that they missing. You know? Now, I'm not saying that piece gonna fit in the puzzle in every instance, because it's not all women. Of course, it's not all women that do anything. But these particular women that we kind of have these masculinity problems about, I'm telling you that that's the problem. They are not emulating white women. That's what we messing up at. That's what we getting it mixed up at. That's the reason why it's so confusing to us. Why are they acting like this? Why are they doing these things? Amiri even commented about how the black woman is in competition with the black man at the job. You know, same thing I said, except I added that particular context to it. That they're not in competition with you because you're black. They're in competition with you because in their mind, they are white men. They are emulating white men, and they know the white man is in competition with you. So therefore, they're in competition with you. That's the reason why these women is competing with you at the job. That's the reason why. It's not because... And when you put it in that context, you kind of get an understanding and say, well, yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Because otherwise, why would this woman be so adamant about trying to knock me down off my square when me being up in a better position would be helpful to her? Why would she do that? What would be the purpose of that? You know? Because in your mind, in your male brain, you're thinking logically. You're thinking, yeah, you know, the better I'm doing, the better my woman is going to be doing. But this black woman, she's not thinking like that at all. She's thinking along the lines of, whatever that white man is doing to you, that's what I'm going to do to you. Now, I haven't figured out whether or not it's because she wants to be with the white man, or is it because she wants to impress the white man? I'm not. That's a part of the game that I haven't figured out yet. You know, I think that part of the situation is purely neurosis. It's not based in any kind of real, you know, purpose of gaining anything. I don't think it's because of that. I don't think they're actually planning on having anything from this pathology that they embarked upon. I don't think that it has anything to do with that. I think that as a person who respects a position of power, they see that their white man has a great position of power, and they know. I think they're past the point of saying that they want to be like the white woman, or they want to take the white woman's place. I think the white woman has made it perfectly clear that that'll never happen. As a matter of fact, the white man has made it perfectly clear to them that that'll never happen. But they can still emulate him, and they can still try to think like him. because that's how they feel like they're going to win, because they feel like that white man is winning. That's why when you hear these brothers talk about these women, like, you know, you come to a certain point in the conversation where it kind of makes sense, but then at the same time it doesn't make sense, because you know, based on your experience with black women, if black women were this certain kind of way like these brothers saying they are, then yeah, that would work. But from what we know of black women, that they're not like that. You know, they're not trying to be feminine. As a matter of fact, their femininity comes across as masculinity, because they use their femininity as a physical display of power. Even the most big, finest Instagram model looking bitches, they use their femininity as a physical display of power, because they're using it to get as much attention as they can. That's a physical display of power. They're not subtle with their femininity at all. It's like, put it all on display. I'm gonna wear the tightest shit. I'm gonna have my titties popping out. I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna make my lips look like, you know, damn juicy fruit on my face. I'm gonna look as delicious as fucking possible, and I'm gonna gain power from that. I'm gonna gain attention. I'm gonna gain likes and followers, shit like that. It's a physical display of power. And they've been doing it since way before Instagram. I mean, we've seen the shows and heard the stories about men in power, men in positions of power that have had women come to them and use their sexuality to try to gain some kind of, you know, some kind of, not even a reward, but some kind of, you know, to try to gain something from that man. That's a physical display of power that women in general, not just black women, but women in general have done. You know, all throughout history. But this black woman who we keep saying is very much so acting out as a masculine energy. We see this thing play out time and time again. And we confused by it. We like, why is it happening like this? It's almost like, you know, it's almost like you looking at a black woman, but on the inside of that black woman, it's a little white man. She got a little white man telling her what to do and telling her what to say to you, telling her how to treat you. She see that white man fuck over you, she gonna try to fuck over you. Anytime she hear you say anything about the white supremacy is this bad and the white supremacy, that's why I think Obsidian is really onto something, because that's why Cynthia G won't debate him, because she can't get to him with that you dominated by white supremacy shit. See, she can't pull that card out on him and have him agree that white supremacy is just so fucking cold. That white supremacy is just so cold, I can't do nothing in my life because of white. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that she pulls that card out on black men and say, bam, white supremacy. And black men be like, oh yeah, well, you know, yeah, white supremacy is kind of fucked up, whatever. Right there, she knows that you dominated, not by some white man somewhere, some random white man somewhere. She's dominated you with white supremacy just now. See what I'm saying? She dominated you with white supremacy just now. by pulling out the white supremacy card and saying, bam, look what the white man did you. See how that works? Because she emulate that white man. She want to be like that white man. She wear her hair like the white man, wore a wig, and all that. She argues with you the same kind of way a damn racist ass white man will argue with you. You ever argue with a Republican and listen to their Republican talking points? Sometimes they'll start talking to you and then they'll say something that they know for a fact that you're not gonna fucking agree with, being a black person. But and something that you can debunk 10 ways to Sunday. But they gonna say this shit with the most fucking conviction in the whole wide world. Try to say it in a way that where it sounds so fly to where they figure you what they just said, you can't understand it. You don't know what they talking about. They talk to you like you fucking dumb. Cynthia G do the same thing. She try to talk to niggas like they fucking stupid. Like the shit she's saying is just so fucking fly. Like she just pulled out some $50 words on you and you just couldn't fucking, you know, she just got you. You just fucked up. Right? But back to the point though. I was listening to the panel that them brothers was having. It was Cerulean, it was Mary, a couple of people, a couple of names up there. I didn't recognize or whatever. But I was wishing, like, man, I wish I could get on the panel just so I could make this one point and maybe just bounce or whatever, and interject this. I just want us to consider this idea. That maybe, quite possibly, the reason why we're not understanding what's going on with this black woman is because we're thinking of it in the wrong context. We're thinking of it like this black woman wants to emulate the relationship between a white man and a white woman. She wants us to emulate the relationship between a white man and a white woman. But she really don't. If the only way you can really look at it and say she wants to emulate the relationship between a white man and a white woman is if she the white man and you are the white woman. That's the reason why Obsidian is having this damn series right now talking about incompetent black men and why are black women infatuated with incompetent black men. It's the reason why is because they can dominate incompetent black men is because they are emulating other men. They're not emulating women. That's the right reason why they go and find motherfuckers who they can dominate. It's because they are emulating men. They're emulating white men. They're not emulating, like what Cynthia asked, is a black man emulating white male masculinity? She's not asking that because she thinks it's wrong for you to emulate white masculinity. She's asking that because she's emulating white masculinity. And she's wondering if you're doing the same thing. She wants to know if, hey black man, are you doing what I'm doing? You see? Because she wants to dominate you. That's the reason why she's telling you, don't emulate white male masculinity. That's what I'm doing. Don't do that, black man. Because if you do that, then you're going to be doing just like me. You're going to be fucked up and crazy just like me. You see? I mean, what is the difference between white male masculinity and black male masculinity in America? We all grew up with Caucasians on the fucking television. Everything we did kind of know. Our granddaddies grew up on John Wayne. Our fucking uncles grew up on fucking Magnum PI. You know what I'm saying? Our older brothers grew up on Miami Vice. Only recently have these younger kids grown up with motherfuckers, with people like Lil Wayne and Kanye West and shit like that. And you see what's going on with them. Once you get to the black male masculinity, or whatever is the opposite of Americanized masculinity, I'll put it like that, that's when you get into motherfuckers wearing skirts and high heels and shit. Painting their fingernails and shit. That's when you get to that. But when we was all masculine, we was all trying to be cowboys. We was all playing cops and robbers and fucking cowboys and Indians and shit. That's when we was all trying to be masculine. See what I'm saying? So what is the fucking difference between, what is that? What is white male masculinity in fucking America? What the fuck is that? That's some shit that don't even fucking exist. What is white male masculinity? What's the difference between white male masculinity and black male masculinity? Masculinity is masculinity. You a fucking man, you a fucking man, you a fucking man. It don't matter if you a white man or a black man. If you're a fucking man, you're a fucking man. Guess what? If you're a man and a white man step up to you in 2018 and you're a fucking man, if you was a fucking man in 1818 and a white man stepped up to you, he recognized you as a fucking, he recognized you as somebody he didn't want to fuck with. He might have had a little more rights to be able to do something to you. But mano y mano, one-on-one, him and you, he wasn't fucking playing with you like that. You think them white boys didn't recognize Jack Johnson as a fucking man in 1920? Didn't they name a law after him called the Mann Act? So what the fuck is white male masculinity in America? Fuck that. That's ridiculous. That's the reason why she named it that, white male masculinity, because that's what she's emulating, is the white male. She don't want you to emulate the white male though, because she wants to dominate you just like the white man dominates you, or how she feel like the white man dominates you. Except she gonna do it with words instead of trying to do it with whips and chains. She gonna do it with her words to other people about you. See what I'm saying? She gonna do it with the telephone, calling the police on you and shit. Now when I say she and her and all that, I'm not just talking about just Cynthia G. I'm talking about women who think like that. See? That's the reason why we are confused about this. It's because we are not thinking in the right way about the shit. These women are not trying to be Miss Ann. No. They're not trying to be Miss Ann. These bitches out here trying to be Bull Connor. You understand? They out here trying to be as much as they vote Democrat, they out here trying to be Donald Trump. That's why when you listen to Cynthia G, she sounds more like a white supremacist than a white supremacist do when she talking about black men. It's because in her mind, she's a white man. She's a white man in her mind. And I think we need to finally come to the realization of this, of that this is what's going on. See, when that dude wrote that article talking about black men or the white men of the black community, see, I honestly, just by the fact, by two reasons. Just by the fact that I understand how much women like to project shit onto us, just like white people, just like white men do, project they foul shit onto black people, onto black men. You know what I'm saying? They the most criminals in the whole fucking country, yet they project the image that we the biggest fucking criminals out there. See what I'm saying? Just like white men do. See, I'm gonna keep making these fucking comparisons. Just like white men do. These black women like to make fucking they like to project. That's why I don't think that dude wrote that shit. I think that's a woman wrote that shit, and she could not put a fucking broad name on it. Or she could have, but she wanted that shit to have more impact, and she knew it would have more impact if a man wrote that. So she found that moist ass nigga and said, I got this article, I want you to tell him you wrote it. I think Feminista Jones or somebody wrote that shit. I think Jamila Lemieux or somebody wrote that shit. I don't think that dude wrote that shit. And by the fact that when he was interviewed about that fucking article, he couldn't tell you nothing about that fucking article. He couldn't come up with no facts, no kind of, the shit was abysmal, the way he fluffed whatever the fucking interview he had. I think he was on, when he on Obsidian channel? Didn't Obsidian get him on the channel? And he just made an ass out of his fucking stuff. Like, he was just like pretty much like, well, I don't know. I don't know, you know. He didn't have any kind of fucking evidence and anything to back up any of the shit that he said in that fucking article. That's why I don't think he wrote that shit. I don't think he wrote that shit. I think that was a woman that wrote that shit, that was trying to project her what these black women have deemed to be white male masculinity, this white male masculinity that's in her fucking mind. I think that's her projecting that shit onto black men. I don't think that dude wrote that damn article at all. You know? And hey, just like you could say, I can't prove that he didn't write it, shit, you can't prove he did. So I can have my opinion about it just like you can. But I'm just saying, that's why we confused. That's why this shit is a fucking thorn in our sides when we hear this bullshit. Oh, and I noticed Cynthia ain't put no fucking videos up today. Maybe my flag campaign kicked off. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only motherfucker. Maybe she said, I'm gonna take a day off. These niggas getting in my ass with these flags. I'm seeing more and more thumbs down on her shit. Niggas flagging her shit immediately. Soon as her shit pop up, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, she talking 3 minutes. Flag, 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 thumbs down, flag, 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 flag. Throwing that bitch a flag party every day. She probably pop her head back out tomorrow. Baby. But it's a flag party for your ass, bitch. You fucking play with me. We'll find you somebody to play with. With all that bullshit. But yeah, man, if I was on the panel, man, these are some of the points that I would have been trying to make. Like, you know, I don't know how much I would have been able to interject, you know. I hopefully that this doesn't sound like a, you know, I'm confident in it. But hopefully it doesn't sound like a far-fetched idea, you know, to the other dudes that's out here talking about these things, you know. Because I think I'm very confident in this. I have noticed this, and I have paid attention to this, and I have witnessed this for years. Just like I've said, there's certain things that these dudes is out here saying today that I said 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. Like, this shit ain't brand new. Right? Like, motherfucker been going through this shit. And there's a lot of shit that I'm already figured out about these women. And this is one topic that I have not heard anybody broach as of yet. I have not heard nobody say nothing about this. I am the first. I think. I haven't heard nobody else on YouTube say this. These black women is out here, they not thinking like black women. I mean, they're not thinking like white women. I know we would like to think or like to hope that yes, they thinking like white women, but no. They not thinking like white women. They thinking like white men. We think that we think that the dynamic that they trying to hold on to is, you know, the relationship between the white man and the white woman. No. The only way that they see that working is if they're the white man and you're the white woman. That's the reason why they try to pick motherfuckers who they know ain't shit. That's the reason why so many black women have so many children by so many niggas that they knew wasn't about shit. That's the reason why. Because when they come across a dude that they know they can't dominate, they don't fuck with him. I've been noticed that women don't like men that's like black women black women do not like men that are smarter than them. I have noticed this shit. I paid very close attention to it. And if it's a very highly intelligent black woman and she sees that you are intelligent, oh, it's gonna be a challenge. She gonna challenge you. She gonna try to challenge your intelligence. She's not gonna just have just a regular, you know, conversation with you. She's not gonna do that. Talk to you about, you know, whatever. Nah, it's gonna be a challenge. She's gonna try to quiz you and shit. She's gonna give you the shit test right then and there. Black women don't like black men that's smarter than them. Now, white man can be smarter than them all day long. Right? But a black man that's got some intelligence, oh, she have to challenge him. Why? Because the white man got to challenge. The white man gonna challenge him. The white man got to challenge him. So if the white man have to challenge him, then I got to challenge him too. That's what she thinking in her mind. Because I'm trying to be like the white man. Somebody's gonna come to this conclusion. I'm telling you, somebody's gonna have a fucking epiphany one of these days, and you're gonna start hearing them talking about this on their fucking channel, and it's gonna be one of the biggest fucking bombshells in the whole manosphere. Everybody in the manosphere gonna be like, you know how the dude off State Property face be, where he be holding his head like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? He be holding his face, he be looking like, did I just see that? Yeah. That's how the shit gonna hit. The fucking megaton bomb, nigga. It's coming. It's definitely fucking coming. So y'all be ready. Cause whenever it pop off, I'm just gonna be sitting back like, I'm gonna start posting up like when they pop off, when I start hearing the bigger dudes talking about this shit, then I'm gonna start posting my shit up in their chat room and be like, man, you got to listen to this video. I said this already. I don't know. I might not do that. That sounds kind of lame. Who knows what other kind of videos I've been made by them, or if you know, or how long it'll take for them to you know, come up with this on their own. You know, hopefully they'll go look at my video and listen to me talk my shit. You know what I'm saying, about what I think. Hopefully, and then they'll take this and go to their channel with it and be like, hey, I heard somebody talk this and say this, and I think he got a point. Hopefully that's how it'll go. I don't know. Anyway, I'm about to sign off. 30 minutes in, 34, 37, 34, 35, 51, 52, 53. Yeah, I'm about to ride out. So, y'all boys be good. I'm going to try to get all the way up to 35 minutes. There you go. Black Men Ain't Shit, the podcast. I'm out.